Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearthstone 4 as we are playing with the Man the Guns expansion in the 1.6.2 patch. So we were able to get the patch. The patch did come out before we started this series, which is awesome. It came out on Wednesday, I believe. This series was supposed to come out on Friday, but I did give it an extra day because if you guys recall, on the finale of that United States series, kind of went over what we were going to be doing for the next campaign. I decided that we're going to have a patron vote for which country we're going to play next, and that patron vote was between the British, the Germans, or the Dutch. And the reason why I ended up giving it an extra day and we're not having this video come out until Saturday is because only half of the patrons had voted by Thursday when I was going to record. So I did push it back a day to try and give patrons a little bit more time to vote. The patron vote was quite a bit different from the comment section of that finale episode. The comment section of that finale episode definitely seemed very much supportive of a German campaign, so I was kind of expecting the patron vote to go the same way, but it didn't. Nobody voted for the British, by the way. There wasn't a lot of support for them in the comments either, which was interesting. But on the patron vote, over 70%, 70-something% of the patrons voted for the Dutch. The rest voted for Germany. So I was a little bit surprised by that. But I'm excited about it. It did seem that some of you guys in the comments on that last episode didn't seem too excited for a Dutch playthrough. You guys were thinking that it was going to be boring. I think a lot of people have that preconception with the minor powers, thinking, oh, that there's you're going to play a much smaller role in the war, so therefore it's going to not be as interesting. I find the opposite to be true. Yes, you do play a smaller role, but you get to be more focused. You focus your forces in an area, so you still get to play a major role in that area, and you can also manually control it. You can put more of your attention on it since you're not fighting in all these different places, and yeah, I find it to be incredibly entertaining. It's also a little bit more challenging as well because you're a minor power. You don't have the resources of those major powers. So I think playing as the minor powers are very fun. I know a lot of people don't like watching them as much as the majors. But yeah, I'm excited to hop into this because, and the reason why I picked them, the Dutch have an amazing focus tree. One of the best focus trees in the game, in my opinion. I haven't played with them yet, but I have looked at their tree quite a bit, read the developer diaries, and that's why I really wanted to check them out because this focus tree is really cool. So we're going to be taking a look at that here in a second. Let's go ahead and start a new game. We're going to be playing with, it's completely vanilla, no mods, guys. And let's go ahead and pick the Netherlands here. The Netherlands do start out with quite a few weaknesses. Let's just go ahead and get our game set up and we'll take a look at the Dutch starting situation. So we're going to go and tick everybody up just by one. I think from now on, I am going to go ahead and try and go with two. In that USA one, I was a little bit worried that going two might give them too much of an advantage with the fuel consumption. I don't think that's the case. I think we'll be fine. But for this one, since we're playing as a minor, we're just going to tick all the AI by one because, frankly, we have enough disadvantages as it is. Our main enemy will be Germany, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, we don't need to give them any more advantages. They have quite a bit. But we'll give them something just because the AI, and the AI is pretty incompetent. All this is going to be the same, guys. Nothing's changed here. But we are going to go ahead and change up the AI behavior. Now, I was considering just having like just a default historical AI focus mode here, but I wanted to do something a little bit differently. We are going to fight Germany. A lot of people thought that I should join Germany because otherwise we'd have no chance of winning or being able to do anything. I think that's kind of avoiding what you're supposed to be doing as a Dutch. I feel like not fighting the Germans is, kind of a cop-out a little bit. That's your main challenge, trying to survive against the Germans. So, of course, yes, we are most definitely, we're going to lead them on a fascist. We're going to make them do fascist playthrough here. Soviet Union, we'll have them do historical. And Japan will also be fascist. Probably not going to change any of these guys. The main fascist powers are all going to stay the same. But we are going to make a few adjustments, guys, because I thought it would be kind of cool if we did the alternate democratic for the French, where they, try and join a faction with Czechoslovakia, and then they're not in the Allies. And that actually gives a significant advantage to the Germans, our enemy, because remember, when they defeat both Czechoslovakia and France, then they get a peace treaty and get to annex them or puppet them or whatever they want to do. So it does give them a nice little advantage, and it creates additional factions, and I don't know, I think it could be fun, guys. So we're going to do that. We're going to do historical for Poland. As far as the other countries, all the minors and stuff, I think we'll just go historical with most of them. Yeah, let's just go historical with these guys. I could leave it on default, but I don't know how that will end up reacting to all the things that happen with the other adjustments we make. So let's make sure that they're on historical. India, we'll keep them on historical as well, I suppose. Now, one thing I did want to change, guys, is we're going to do the restore Austria-Hungary here. Now, remember that happened last episode, but that was based on the German faction, or the German national focus tree. It wasn't based on the Hungarian one. We actually are going to allow them to restore Austria-Hungary. So some of these things are going to be kind of similar to what the last campaign was, but you'll see why I think it'll be fine. We're going to make sure that the Romanians go fascist. We want them to join the German faction. Yugoslavia. We'll have Yugoslavia go communist. Just throw a little bit of variety in there. Why not? Czechoslovakia, of course, is going to go down the democratic alternate. They're going to be joining that French faction. China, we'll have them just go historical. Same with communist China. I think we'll have these guys be obedient because they did go independent last time. I think we had it on random last time. They went for their independence, kind of messed Japan up a little bit. So let's have them be obedient and not cause too many troubles for Japan. So this is the big change here. With the British guys, we are going to do Empower the King's Party again. Now, I know that some people are going to be like, oh, well, you did that last time. I know we did it last time, guys. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to have a strong monarchy faction, in Europe, between Britain, Austria-Hungary, and then hopefully, if we can do things the proper way, with ourselves as the Dutch. Because remember, the Dutch in our last one, even though we told them to go with the monarchy, they didn't. So I think that could be interesting. I'll show you guys the focus tree and why it's not a for sure that we'll get it done. With the United States, let's go and have the United States be, could have them go democratic. We could also have them, we'll just do a democratic. Let's have them do the historical democratic. It's fine. So we'll just stay on default for Netherlands. Mexico. Let's have them go fascist. Yeah, let's have a fascist Mexico. They went communist in our last playthrough, so let's kind of change them up a little bit. All this will be the same. But yeah, this is what I want to do, guys. So I think we're good here. I want to have a monarchy faction with the British, Austria-Hungary, and ourselves, and then an allied faction with France, Czechoslovakia, and then maybe the United States if they can get involved soon enough. They probably won't, though. They might not even get involved in the war at all if the allies have already been destroyed, which will be even more challenging. Basically, it's just going to be us, Austria-Hungary, and the British against the Germans. And the Italians. That's how I really want to see it. Of course, Spain will probably join too. I think that could be fun and challenging. So we're going to be playing on the regular difficulty here. Once again, I try and describe this in every one because if I don't, everybody will ask questions. Why don't you do higher difficulties? Well, I feel like if you want difficulty, you should use the nation buffs. While these here, all they do is make everything take longer. And that's why I don't like them. It just takes longer to get anything done. That's not exactly fun. That's just tedious. It's not more challenging. So I think we're going to go. Let's go and start. And one of the first things we're going to be doing is taking a look at the focus tree so I can kind of talk about what our goals are for the campaign. What direction we're looking to go, the possibilities, because focus tree, as I said, is really, really good. It's hardcore in depth. I just like it a lot. So if you haven't seen it, we'll kind of just go over this. I don't want to spend too much time on this because we do want to get started here. We're already about 9 minutes into the video. So this direction here, obtain foreign colonial investments, allows you to invest, of course, in your colonial possessions. The big one here is this one. If we capitulate, so if the Germans defeat us, which is very much a reality that could happen, the Dutch are, naturally in a pretty poor position when it comes to trying to defeat Germany. Then we can select this focus here, and our capital will move to our colonies in the Dutch East Indies. So we would then focus on this territory here. And then it would largely be a war against Japan. We probably wouldn't focus too much on the war against in Europe if that happens. We're going to leave that open because it is kind of like a pick one or the other type deal. If you go down this way so that you can, you'd have to take this one so that you can eventually move your capital, then that stops you from building up your lands back in the Netherlands in Europe. So you have two choices here. You can either focus on building the main state here in Holland. So you can focus on building Holland up, or you can focus on building the two surrounding states instead, if that's what you wanted to do. And that's kind of the ways they go. But once again, if you pick this, then you can't move your capital. So that's interesting. It's definitely one we're not going to go for initially. However, we do want to go down this branch because Once you abandon the gold standard, faster construction speed. I should probably show you guys their national spirits, which are pretty bad overall. Of course, we have the queen here. She's a popular figurehead, and that does give us increased stability. We're, a neutral country. We want to stay neutral because, it has worked for us in the past. Shell Shock spectated the great work because we were not involved in World War I. We watched it and we saw how bad it was, and we have no desire to get involved again. So our factory and doctrine output is garbage, and most importantly, we have no manpower. Manpower is terrible because of that. But this is the big one. We can't really construct anything initially because we're still deep in the Great Depression because of the fact that we still are, we still recognize the gold standard. So we'd have to get rid of that. And then, of course, we have the weak government, which is a decrease in political power and stability. So basically, pretty nasty penalties, guys. They start out in a very, very weak situation. So if we abandon the gold standard, that would increase the construction speed or really decrease the penalty of this one, which is 50%. So it would be down to 40. And then we can further decrease that penalty, get infrastructure and civilian factories and military factories. But the main reason you want to go down here is, of course, to get that research slot, which is super useful. So we'll probably go down that pretty early. We also need to go this way, though, overturn military budget cuts, because there's a few limits here on what we can do in regards to these focuses. We can't do them if we lose control of our main territory. So if we wanted to say Germany is the greater threat and then build up Fortress Holland and get all these nice land forts to kind of help defend our territory, if we want to do that, we've got to do that. Obviously you have to do that before you get conquered. And I would really like to be able to build it up, get the free forts there. So we can't just focus just on this route. We do have to go down that route. Other things here that you might want to pay attention to if you're playing the Dutch is that there's another limit right here. This one, if the Germans don't like you, so if it's, say you went down this route first and said Germany's the greater threat, if the Germans don't like you, then you're cut off from four national focuses, which are pretty damn decent. Yeah, not too bad at all. So something to consider. If you want to go down this route, you got to do it before the Germans hate you. Because once again, we are going to be going against the Germans. Now, of course, this is the branch on where you determine your ideology. We form new government. We change up our Democratic Party gets a new leader, new name. He is a defeatist, of course, which has negative penalties, but we do lose that weak government national spirit, so there's that. And then this one's the gateway to Europe, which will allow us to take decisions that change up the trade influence between Germany and the UK. And this is one of the unique elements to the Dutch that I really like, that I'm really interested in playing around with, is that they have this trade influence where the two sides are fighting over Dutch trade, access to Dutch trade, and all that massive amount of trade that was coming through their ports at the time. And you can kind of try and go three different routes here. So you can, of course, cave to the Germans. And basically, the Germans and the British get to invest political power in trying to get your trade. And it goes into a pot, a political power pot. And the idea is you're trying to get that pot. If you cave to the Germans, then the Germans get the pot of that political power. So all the political power you put into it, the Germans put it into it, and the British put into it, then goes to the Germans. And then this route would also allow you to go fascist, if you so desired. And you can go like where you side with Germany or with the Netherlands first type of situation, like many fascist trees. So that's that way. Caving to the British would result in all of the political power in that pot going to the British. And you have two routes that you can go here. You can go with Britain, trying to make an alliance with them, work with them. Or you can do this is a really cool, interesting element, lead the minor democracies, where you create like a European Union. I think they even call it the European Union. I may be mistaken here. Not entirely sure what they call the faction. In the developer diary, they said something about the European Union, but maybe they call it something else here. But yeah, you would get rid of that neutrality, get some extra political power. And yeah, you can create a faction with the Belgium and Luxembourg. I think you can even eventually annex them. And then you can get a bunch of other countries in there as well. You can see 6 others. So Sweden's one, I think Norway and Denmark are some other ones. There's 6 of them total though. So I think that's really cool. And there's some good bonuses to these. So that's one interesting element we can go down, route we can go down if we go through this. So this is which one you can go down is entirely based on how much trade influence the two sides have. So you can't go down this one unless Germany has 25 trade influence and has 15 more than the British. Same thing here, but vice versa, obviously. Now, the most desired route is to maintain trade neutrality. That's what the Dutch did historically. And if you go down this route, then that political power that's in the pool, or in the pot, whatever you want to call it, all goes to us. And if both sides have at least 50 trade influence, but neither have 5 more trade influence than the other, then you get to go down this route and get that political power. And then that lets us go 2 different routes. And this is the one we're going to try to go down. And why I said maybe we'll get to go down it is because it's entirely dependent on how that trade influence goes. And this allows you to go the communist route, which we won't be going. But if you're curious, that's how you do it. And then you can kind of join the French if they've gone communist, join this, have your own, just kind of focus on your own faction here. Or you can do the, where you remain loyal to the Soviets, to the Soviet Union, and confirm your loyalty to Moscow. This is the route we want to go down if we can get the maintain trade neutrality. Now, this would allow us to make a stronger monarchy, essentially, and bring the Queen, the only man in the Dutch government where they are ruling. We can bring the Queen into power, which is what I really want to do. I think that this would be really fun. There's some really cool focuses here, nice focuses here. Some great bonuses, but one of the key issues is the Dutch has no manpower, and there's some great manpower bonuses here. They also share a tree a little bit with the go at Britain as well. I think some of these are shared. So that's the route we want to go. If we get the trade neutrality, we'll go down that route. If we have to cater to the British, because remember, we're not going to cater to the Germans. If we have to cater to the British, then we'll have a choice. We can either go at Britain or lead the minor democracies. We'll have to see what happens, guys. So I'm definitely curious to see how that goes. I guess I should go and pick a national focus, shouldn't we? So the first thing we're going to do, I am tempted to do the form of the national government to get rid of that weak government penalty. Or we could just do this one to get the construction speed. I think we should probably do that, guys. Let's get the construction speed first. Though I really do want to be able to influence the trade, which would allow us to get, we need to get the gateway to Europe one to be able to kind of try and balance it out. Plus we get some political power from that, so it's not all that bad. You know what we'll do? This is what we'll do, guys. We will go ahead and go down these 2 first, and then we'll work over there. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. All right, so we'll grab that one. Let's go and get our tech selected. Remember, we only have 3 tech slots. Definitely going to want to focus on, getting the research bonuses here, as well as the, the industrial bonuses that we can get, so that we can kind of maximize our efficiency here. We'll get both of these. And with the civilian factories, probably going to build civilian factories initially, because I don't think we have very many to work with. So we really can't build shit. So we might as well. Wow, we don't really have a lot of slots either, though, do we? Yeah, pretty crappy overall. As far as, yeah, we do not have a lot right now. But yeah, we only have three civilian factories to build, so let's just go ahead and build with them. That's what we'll do. Let's get these military factories assigned. We don't have many of them. We're going to want to get probably most of them going to infantry equipment. I do want artillery and support equipment, though, so I think we should probably build these out just a little bit. We are going to need both of these. Oops, I meant to do artillery there. Excuse me. I guess we'll just delete it, do a new one. And artillery. And that's all we're going to get right now, guys. We don't even have enough resources for just these 4 factories, so we have to trade for steel. We'll avoid trading for the tungsten, so that means we have even less. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It means we have even less, and we haven't even signed the dockyards. We have even less civilian factories to do anything. As far as our shipbuilding, I don't really want to focus on ships all that much initially here in the beginning. I don't think we will, guys. What do we have unlocked as far as like new models? Looks like just the submarines. So we could get some submarines. Maybe we will put like 1 towards submarines. Yeah. But what we'll do is let's get some convoys here. Let's do convoys first. And then we'll put 1 towards submarines. I really don't think we have great submarines, though. Let's just take a look, actually. See how these things look. All right. I mean, yeah, they're pretty much standard. They're what you'd expect from them. All right, so that's not bad at all. You know, I'm fine with that. We'll go ahead and do 1 towards submarines. And we'll just place them right here for right now. And let's we need the convoys. So let's make sure we're getting convoys. In the steel situation, I think we'll only be short 1 steel after we start trading for these. As soon as they... yeah, I'm not sure why the convoys haven't been assigned to it. Okay, there we go. We had it on a slow speed. So just taking a look at decisions available before we speed this up. We're going to be going to speed 5. And that's one of the advantages of playing with a minor power. It's nation building in the East Indies. Yeah, we're not going to do that. All right. But yeah, one of the advantages of playing with the minor powers is that you get to play on that really fast speed initially. And, you know, there's not as much to do. So you end up getting into the war faster, I think. So we're going to want all these guys to train up, make sure that we get a bit of experience for them. They're all lacking manpower as well. So, yeah, we've got issues, guys. I don't think there's any other. I should probably take a look. Yeah, it looks like that's all we have. It's just these 6 divisions here. Or 8 divisions, excuse me. Yeah, we don't have any troops over here in our lands here. Got some great resources here, though. Aluminum and oil in our 2 colonial provinces there. And then remember, we of course have, you know, we can get assistance from these guys as well, if we so desire. We can also get control of their troops. And we do have a navy over here. We should probably train the navy up. Yeah, I think we should probably go and get them all training. What I might do is just go ahead and throw both of these into, put all of them into one fleet for right now. I'm not too worried about fuel. I think fuel will be okay. And yeah, we don't have much of a fleet over here. All right, so we're just gonna merge them all in one place just so we can get them exercising. So let's exercise these guys and exercise these guys as well. And we'll see how that affects fuel. Yeah, I mean, we're fine. We're still building the stockpile up, even with all of our ships exercising. So that should allow us to build up a little bit of naval experience. And yeah, we'll just be able to play on speed 5. There's not, once again, as a minor power, you know, you only have 3 research slots. You don't have a lot of factories to build anything. So while it is, you know, there's not as much to do per se, you end up, because of that, getting into the war even quicker. They're working on Rhineland as expected. Take a look at the British limited rearmament here, government reform in France, Ethiopian war logistics in Italy, Poland's central region strategy, and finishing the 5-year plan over there in the Soviet Union. All right, so the Rhineland has been remilitarized, and we have abandoned the gold standard. We're going to go ahead and continue the public works. And I do want to take a look at how much longer till we get this constructed. It's going to be a while. All right, well, we do have 10 civilian factories going towards that now, probably because of trade. I'm going to take a guess that we're getting a little bit from trade, perhaps, although I'm not seeing. Yeah, it looks like we're getting 1 from trade. And Italy did finish up in Ethiopia very quick. They did a fantastic job. I remember the last playthrough, they took forever to get through Ethiopia. It was like 6 months. So let's go ahead and once again get another research bonus here. We don't have a lot of tech slots, so I want to get, you know, any advantage we can get. These guys are almost up to their experience here. And so we don't want to train them any further since we do have, you know, manpower and well, we got a lot of issues, really. Let's go ahead and throw them into a new army for right now. We'll just kind of throw them into armies as they finish up. And then we'll get an army going up along the borders here. Obviously, they're not going to be in a war anytime soon. And let's go ahead and give them a little bit of a design and stuff, too. We'll go ahead and do... Well, let's wait till we finish training these because they're almost done. Yep, they're done. Excellent. I want to say they all have all their manpower. You know what? They don't have all their manpower. Yeah, so that could cause some issues with their experience, but we'll just start them training again if it does. So going to give them a front and let them get a planning bonus and all that kind of good stuff. This is probably not where they'll be when the war actually starts. We'll probably be changing up where they're at, guys. But I will go ahead and give them, you know, colors and all that kind of good stuff. They could be a diamond, sure. And then they'll get over there just in case. Once again, though, I have no intentions of keeping these troops here. We're going to try and do a Fortress Holland route. My goal is to hold our European territories for as long as possible, if we can. Let's go and go down concentrated industry. Yeah, we're going to try and hold that territory as long as we can. Yeah, we're going towards construction. And Second London Naval Treaty has been signed. We're not a signee on that, I believe. But yeah, what we'll try and do is hold our territory here as long as possible. I'd love to actually be able to, you know, defend it. We would need to get some fortifications in some key provinces here to hold it. You know, we do have these river bonuses, and there's some. We'll take a look at those actually after we get something selected here. Remember, we decided we were going to go head and form the new government next. Get rid of that weak government modifier, which is hurting our daily political power gain, and also our stability, which of course does affect our factory output and all that kind of good stuff. Yugoslavia recognizes the Soviet Union, so we already, you know, we knew this, that Yugoslavia is going to go communist, and it should just add a little bit of variety here in the Balkans. You know, have, you know, one Balkan power on each side. So, you know, these guys would be in the French faction, Austria-Hungary would be in the British faction, Romania would be in the fascist Axis faction, and Yugoslavia would be in the Comintern. We'd have four different factions. Let's go with the excavation. We do have a nice research bonus for that as well. Should be able to hopefully get it a little bit quicker. Not worried about trading for any resources. We feel pretty good there. As far as the Navy, we'll probably just continue having them train to get the naval experience up as high as possible before the war starts. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we'll do. We probably do want to go ahead and start these guys on automatic split off so that they can, split off and repair as they get damaged. I think that'd be a good idea. We do have repair priority high. Let's go ahead and make sure that both these guys are set as we want them. So yeah, they can pull off and repair those damages and stuff as needed. We probably do want to make sure that we have these guys training in one of the larger naval bases. Probably same thing over here. Just kind of dip over here real quick and see how this looks. Once again, we could do this from the naval production screen as well, but it's fine. We don't really have anything to do anyway. We want them to all go to that larger base. And they don't need to train in, or excuse me, repair. I keep saying train. I mean repair. You guys know what I mean. You don't want to repair in any of these places here. I think that's it. I'm not mistaken. Nope, one more right there and one more right there. All right, now I think that's it. I lied. All right, I feel pretty good about that. We could always go take a look as well. The Little Entente. So it has already started. We have the Little Entente here. I didn't see who started it, but it does seem that the French are in the faction, as are Yugoslavia. I think we could hover over this and see who the leader of it is. I want to say the French. Yeah, they're the French. They're the faction leader. Excellent. So we do have the Little Entente here between the French and the Czechs. And once again, that's kind of more of a bonus towards Germany than anything else. We finished up our national focus, and we got the new government reforms. So the 5th cabinet of, what's that, collision? Terrible at pronunciation, even in English. So I don't know if I should pronounce all these Dutch words. I'll probably just butcher them. Has once again, like its predecessor, fallen, and the Minister of State, Dirk Jan, is it pronounced Jan? I think it's Jan, right? Jan de Geer has been asked to take up the responsibility for forming a new government. Having last served in 1933, he has proven his ability to serve his country in peacetime. With mounting world tension, however, it is unclear how the new minister president will handle leading the nation in a war that looks increasingly more likely. So once again, he's kind of negative for us. But stability is now 100%, so that's awesome. And we have 0 war support right now. We need to go in and get the gateway to Europe. That's going to give us that political power, and that would allow us to kind of change up our government over here. Just taking a look at what this decision, we can ban fascism. Yeah, we're not doing all that. Nope. We need to keep our political power for other matters. Yeah, just no political power. I think a lot of our units don't even have all their manpower yet. Just taking a look, yeah, some of these guys still need to train. Maybe we should just wait until we get more manpower for them. I don't know, because they're just going to keep ticking down as they get the manpower. So we can modify our government now. Now, since we don't have enough war support to change anything here, yeah, there's really nothing that we can change here. I can't change there. Could change away from the export focus. That construction speed would be super useful. It doesn't even look like we can change any damn way to limited. Nah, that's not an option. I can't change our economy either. So none of those are options because of the low war support. So we're going to go ahead and get somebody that's going to increase our political power gain. They also increase our stability, not that we need that. But most importantly, political power gain that would allow us to get more of these quicker. So we'll get that one first. And after that, we're probably going to be focusing on things that give us those construction bonuses, guys. And we're going to continue to allow our Navy to, because we have the fuel. So I see no reason to not get that experience out there. And we did finish excavation. Excellent. Not quite in 1937 yet, so we're not going to get anything else there. We should probably get bonuses for our military. Obviously, I think that would be the most advantageous for us. We want to make sure that we're fully up to date on all of the land techs, any infantry techs. We're going to want to make sure that we go down our doctrine techs. We're going to make sure that our focus is on the army, because if we want to have any chance of holding the Germans back, then our army is going to need to be, as strong as we can make them and have as many bonuses as they can get. So as far as where the defense would be, the most obvious place in the Spanish Civil War did just start. If I can talk today, guys, we're not going to take a role in that. Obviously, we can't even give them any, or I would, but we don't have any options in that regard because of our neutrality. So if we wanted to send volunteers, you can see here that we have no ability to do so. World tension needs to be at 100% for us to send volunteers. So essentially, not happening. But where we would defend, let's just get stuff selected here. I'm not going to worry about all this right now. Once again, let's just focus on infantry stuff. I think that'd be the best thing to get. Not going to be able to get planes or anything like that. I'd like to get fighters if we could, but once again, focus needs to be on the immediate benefits. So let's get stuff like this here would be super useful. Where is field hospitals? Oh, we don't even have this yet. So we're gonna have to get that first before we're gonna be able to get field hospitals. So we're gonna knock that out real quick. I said real quick, it's 152 days. And I think we're done here now. Excellent. All right, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. Once again, let's just go towards land text. And artillery next? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll do the artillery next. Get the artillery bonus. Because we are going to put artillery into our units as soon as we're able to. And Otto assumes the Hungarian crown. All right, so they now have Otto von Habsburg. He is now the king of Hungary. And hopefully they're able to get Austria in there before the Germans are able to annex them. Can't really see what they're working on just yet. We got the gateway to Europe. Fantastic. Once again, we won't be able to go any further down here until we get the trade influence. I think you can see how much trade influence everybody currently has. Receives an amount of political power equals. So yeah, you can see that we would get 0 political power from this because nobody has put any political power towards the pot. So that's going to take a while before anything happens here. I haven't really messed with that mechanic at all, guys. So yeah, not extremely familiar with it. Let's continue down here, and we're just gonna go for the one that's most advantageous here for us. I think it would be this one, because let me just take a look actually what the infrastructure is here. All right, so yeah, that'd tick up. That'd give us a little bit more steel, which would be helpful. I like that the other one gives us the building slots. We can get both, but we're only going to do one for right now. But other than that, I mean, there's not really any other difference here. Yeah, I think that we should go for this one because that gives us one more steel. So get that knocked out. We do now have political power to get something done here. Once again, I'm going to go with a political advisor, and we should probably go with the captain of industry so that we can build that infrastructure a little bit faster. I don't think we have anybody that's going to allow us to build fortifications faster, which is a shame because we have no chance of defeating Germany without fortifications. What I was thinking is we would defend here for the north. That'd be the best province to defend for the north. And then here in the south, we'd probably have to abandon this side because we need the river bonus. And so we'd have to defend here, here, and here, those 3 provinces. So essentially it's 4 provinces. We have 8 divisions. That's 2 divisions per province. Nowhere near enough to defend that territory. Yeah, not even close. So we'll just have to see what we can get done. Even with fortifications though, yeah, I don't see that being enough. Dominions break with the crown, of course, as expected. I was kind of hesitant to go this route again, guys, since we did this with the last playthrough. I really hope that the Republicans win on this one. It looks like they're going to lose again though, as usual. There was a period where the Republicans were winning every time, but I noticed in Man the Guns, it seems like it's been flipped again. Because there was actually a bug that was causing the Republicans to always win, and that bug was fixed. And so now, once again, as happened in history, the Nationalists typically win, which I think is better. I didn't like when the Republicans were winning every single time. It just didn't make any sense. I think that should be a more rare account. It should be possible, of course, but it shouldn't happen every time. So we have gone down that route. Oh, we have to go both. Damn it. I didn't compute that in my math when I was counting how many focuses we would be able to get before the war started. Oh, that's a shame. That's going to mess it up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to mess it up a little bit, guys. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. We need to go down this route, so we're going to have to get both of them. That's a real shame. I thought we could skip one and then get it later. All right, well, it is what it is. So we no longer are short on steel, though, because we just got that steel from the infrastructure. Got support weapons. Excellent. Not even anywhere near to 1938, so we don't need to get any more of these. Let's just take a look here. I mean, we can go and get the engineer companies. We do want to make sure that we have all those. As far as what doctrine tree to go down, we're only going to focus on infantry. We're just not going to have the production capability to build lots of tanks and stuff. I'm not saying we won't get any tanks, but there's not going to be a big focus on tanks. We're going to be focused on defense, and infantry are best at defense. So it's going to be all about the infantry and the artillery. Therefore, it makes no sense to go down either one of those branches. That's typically the case as a minor power. So that really only leaves two options: the Grand Battle Plan Doctrine or the Mass Assault. I hate that Mass Assault's the main way for a minor power to get manpower, but of course you got to get all the way down here to get that recruitable population. Super useful, since manpower is typically the issue that you have, the main issue that you have is minor power. But the rest of these are basically useless. They're just not all that, I mean, not useless, but they're just not all that helpful when you don't have a large number of divisions. A little bit of organization, it's just not as good. So we're just going to be stuck with the manpower issues, guys, and we're going to go down the Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. So let's go and work on this. Entrenchment speed is going to be super helpful for our troops. Going to entrench a little bit faster. We can now go ahead and get something here as well. I almost want to go ahead and just go for the War Industrialist now. Getting the tech bonuses would be nice as well. But once we start building military factories, I'd like to be able to do it quicker. Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll go next. Yeah, can't go Prince of Power. Prince of Terror. That is, you know, a fascist requirement. Just seeing if there's anybody else who maybe we'd want to go down. No. You know, these we can't get just yet. This one's a pretty good one though. The Prince. Once again, though, we do have to get the only man in the Dutch government, which is that more stronger monarchy route on the focus tree. But we can always change to him. It's only 100 political power if we decide to change that, which would probably be a good idea. Yeah, he's pretty decent, guys. We'd probably change away from Jacob here if we ever, you know, get down to that branch. That's going to be a while, though. So let's do... I almost want to do War Industrialists, but we're not going to build military factories for a little while. So instead, let's get something that's immediately beneficial to us. So get like the industrial bonuses is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's going to be the most useful to us. So let's do that. We're going to want the... Oh, we can't. Oh. We are limited here. All right, I didn't know that. All right, well, what about over here? Can we get something? No. All right, so we are quite limited on what we want to do there. We could always get a theorist instead. I mean, these are super helpful. Let's do that. We probably want to get the army theorist just so we can get through the tech tree a little bit quicker. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we'll end up doing, guys. That's for the best. I typically don't do that. I'm just seeing if any of these are better. Yeah, they're all the standard ones. I think we're going to do the military theorist so we can get the land doctrine a little bit, through the land doctrine tree a little bit quicker, guys. That should, it gives us a nice little bonus there. So it's 150 days to get that knocked out. I'm going to try and get as far down the land doctrines as I can before we fight the Germans. Any benefit to the land troops we really need to prioritize. Getting a nice little bit of Navy experience for if we ever build any ships, if we want to. I guess we can take a look. I don't think there's really, I mean, we're not really building anything at the moment. This is the other way where we can tick these and say like, you know, that we don't want, you know, we don't want them to repair there. This is the other way to do it. It's quite helpful doing it this way, I find. And we did get the interwar artillery. Excellent. Do we want to continue down there? We're in 1937 now. Yeah, nothing unlocks there. Still do need stuff here, but we're working on that, so that's fine. Do we want to go ahead and... I don't have artillery yet. It doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We need anti-tanks. Can't produce them, though. All right, so let's do the support companies then. I think that's probably for the best right now. There's nothing else I can really see. Oh, wait a minute. 1937 techs. My bad. I didn't realize this. Let's go and do the concentrated industry. We want a good stockpile of equipment. As you can see right now, we do not have that. Not at all. So a good stockpile of equipment so that once we get manpower, we can try and like push out as many troops as we can and they're not limited by their equipment. That's the goal. We did get 1 year already, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. We're going to be able to get 2 years done in this episode. Typically, I get like 1 year in the episode one, the first episode one, on a major country. I only get through 1 year, but now because we're not doing much, we can get through 2 years, which means the war might start episode 2, maybe episode 3. I don't know. I think it'd be episode 2, guys. Yeah, I really think so. So we get into the war quicker. That's what I like about it. That's what's really fun about the miners, I find. And you are going to notice more cuts than normal in this video, guys. I am still coughing. I cannot get over this damn cough. Let's get to field hospitals, guys. I do like having those field hospitals, which I could have gotten the... I could have got that tech from right there. I could have just clicked on it right there. It would have been far better than what I did. We do have free military factories. Excellent. That national focus, I believe, gave it to us. I'm not sure. Not entirely sure, actually, where we got that. Let's go ahead and get it pumped into the support equipment. Can make an adjustment to our divisions, so let's do that. Though we don't have any manpower, it's fine. I'd like to make adjustments to them. We don't have any of these divisions that we're using. We're just going to be working on this one, just these guys here. Can't get them any kind of support right now. I'd love to get them on artillery, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's throw an artillery in here, like so. And we'll be changing out one of these for artillery once we have the experience. But I just want to get some artillery going to them now. So we do need names for our divisions, guys. I don't know how much we'll be using the rest of these right now. I guess we'll just, for right now, just name the regular infantry. So if you have any name suggestions for the Dutch infantry, I'd love to hear them. Put them down in the comments below, and I'll just pick the best one. All right, so our civilian factories have finally finished building those 2 civilian factories. It took them a long time to do it. And I almost want to go ahead and build some more because we still don't really have a lot, I want to say. Yeah, we can't even build a full. Yeah, that's not great. And how are we doing on military factories? Yeah, we're okay in military factories. I feel like we need a few more civilian guys, and while it's early on. So what we'll do is we'll build here first. We'll build them over there because there's more room. So let's go ahead and build 3 more civilian factories. That'll get us up to 14. That's almost an entire... and then once we get those techs, and then you take away the factories going to trade, we might have a full line. I don't think so. It might be just short. It's hard to say. You'd have to do the math with the percentages. We are getting a ton of political power. I do have... Yeah, I'm getting something here. All right. Oh, yeah, we're getting nice political power right there. Oh, because of our stability. Awesome. Pakistan. What? Pakistan just declared war on India. That's right. Doesn't that happen? Is that part of when the British... do their thing or what, man? Yeah, that's interesting. All right, so Pakistan's gonna be free. India will be weaker. Are having a little bit of fuel troubles up there that I noticed, but we almost have the stockpile full. India and Pakistan did declare peace. Okay, seeing where the British are at now, they're doing the God Save the King. Edward VIII is in power, and we do need to modify our government. That's right. So we could go and get the war industrialists. We'll start building military factories soon. We do need those. And we can't get anything else here that I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the artillery research speed. I mean, I don't really care which one we get here. I mean, I guess I'd want that one because there's more industrial techs. But yeah, we could use either of them. And we do need to start working on the military staff early on, much earlier than I typically do. Because remember, we need any bonus that we can get. No war support, so can't get anything here. I think we should just go ahead and go with the war industrialist guys. So once we do start building the military factories, then we'll, obviously be able to get a nice little bonus towards that construction. Still, troops lacking manpower there. Spanish War has finished up. The Nationalists did win. Okay, so another fascist power here. It'll be Spain, Germany, and Italy against basically France. So the Democrats will likely fall apart pretty early, though France is 52% communist, so let's see what happens there. We told them to be democratic, so they should continue down the democracy chain. Once again, don't want to get anything here. The great bonuses, but that does stop us from moving our capital, which is obviously not desirable. As far as getting things here, none of these are really going to help us against Germany immediately. I mean, more resources, but the resources we're not short on. Yeah, I don't think we should do that. I think we should go here. Get the research bonus for electronics so that we can get the, so that we can try and get the Hindenburg incident. Yeah, so that we can get that extra tech slot, then we definitely want to get that. So we do have military factories to get assigned here. Excellent. Got the infantry equipment looking nice. Let's go ahead and build artillery up and support equipment then. And you know what? Let's just put more into, once again, we want a nice stockpile there. Could get the motorized. We do need to get a little bit of motorized, don't we? I completely forgot about that. Some of our support companies do require motorized. So let's get one going into that then. Resources are obviously an issue. It's a problem. We could trade with our puppet. Unless I'm just missing them in here. Yeah, I don't think they have any steel for trade. So the British have changed their flag and all that kind of good stuff. Do we want to continue trading with... You know what? We should probably trade... Instead of trading with the Americans, we should probably trade with the British. Kind of help them out. think that'd make the most sense. Give them a couple factories. Chinese United Front forms. Okay. Not going to trade for the tungsten, I don't think. It's only 2. I know it will affect our artillery production just a little bit, but that's okay. So we can placate the Germans. Let me just take a look how much this changes things. Okay, this is where we see the trade influence. Neither side has any trade influence as of right now, so we must make some concessions to the Germans in the current trade negotiations if we are to preclude the threat invasion in the event of their dissatisfaction. Okay, so what exactly does it do? Does that give them a little bit of trade influence? Will I need to balance these? It's active for 10 days. It costs 10 political power. If we ever want to move down our tree, we will eventually have to do that. Let's just wait just a little bit. Yeah, we're going to wait a little bit before we mess around with it. I'm going to see if they put any points into it. We'll start messing with it maybe 1938. Austria did vote to join with the Hungarians. And U.S. Congress passed the Neutrality Act. So we do have the Kingdom of Hungary over here. It should be called Austria-Hungary soon. Change up their name. And yeah, they should hopefully be an ally with the British. That's the goal. Is have these two allied here. I think it'll be interesting. It'll make it a little bit different than the traditional playthrough. That's what I was really trying to do, guys. Is trying to just make things different than just having the British and the French against the Germans again. So trench warfare, excellent. Once again, we're going to continue going all the way down here as quickly as we can. Really focus on that. And yeah, that's going to keep messing me up. I'm going to keep on clicking it. But yeah, they're not investing anything in here yet. So we wouldn't get any political power from that. So yeah, there's no reason to beeline towards getting them to 50. I'd prefer to try and see if they'll invest at all. Invest in it. Oh, we do have no, we don't. Who can we get here? Oh, the material designer. The material designer is available and cheaper. All right, awesome. Yeah, let's go and get that then. All right, so I don't think that applies if you are currently working on something. It doesn't matter anyway. We're not working on any text that would get that bonus. I want to say that that it often doesn't apply, and you have to reapply it. You have to stop researching and then start researching again. All right, so we did get the concentrated industry 2. Let's come get construction 2 next. Try and get these damn civilian factories built. We're only using 9 right now for building. Oh Lord, we will need to start building fortifications soon. I think maybe 1938, early 1938. We're gonna start building fortifications. Amelia Earhart did disappear, which means the Americans aren't gonna have her to help them out. All right, so just looking at our ships here, continued training, getting us some good experience. I'm gonna let that go all the way up to 500. Might as well, since we don't have any fuel issues. The leadership purges in the Soviet Union have been conducted, and what we want to get next is our research bonus here. That's way over here. Here we go. Expand R&D facilities. Now, you may be asking, where's the other research bonus? That is way down here, guys. So you do have to go down one of these branches before you get the other research slot open, unfortunately. So it's going to be a while. We're going to be stuck with just 4 research slots for a long time. Japan did just declare war on China. They supposedly fixed it so that China has a better time with Japan when they're both AI. If AI China is facing AI Japan, then Japan's supposed to not launch as many invasions because they were knocking China out of the war way too quickly. It's supposed to be a big struggle, and it wasn't. So we can now we can't get the electronics one. We can get the electronics one, but we can't get the industrial one. How far is that? Are we ever going to get that? Let's just take a look. I think it's right there. Well, we are going to get it. But good God, yeah, that's going to take a while to get to that. But I would prefer it for the industrial bonuses. It's just more useful overall, getting the industrial bonuses, I find, than getting the electronic bonuses. But it's going to be a while till we get that. You know what, guys? I feel like, you know what? Let's just go and go with the Philips. It's 75. It's not very expensive. I mean, it's half the cost anyway than it would normally be. I think it's beneficial even if we decide to change it over. It's the normal cost. 75 plus 75, that's 150. That's what we normally would have paid. Over here doing math for you guys like you can't do it yourself. We got the field hospitals. Let's go and get the engineer companies next. We're getting all these and we can't even put them into our troops yet. That's okay though, guys. That's okay. So let's go ahead and add these to our troops now. We need anything that's going to help them conserve manpower. So we'll get that going over there to them. And yeah, we need a lot of equipment right now. Motorized is what we're hurting the most on. Infantry equipment's doing okay. Maybe we should take a look and see. Yeah, let's pull a factory from here and then put it into motorized. And that'll kind of be better for the steel situation as well. Yeah, that's fine. A little bit short, but I'm not too worried about it. Do want to take a look? Yeah, neither one of them have put any points into trade influence. I wonder if the AI does that at all, if they even care about this mechanic. Because I'm not entirely sure if they do. Yeah, the goal is definitely for me, for this first episode, to get into 1938. And I think we'll actually get a little bit past what I was expecting. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Take a look at the Germans. Okay, see what they're doing. Make sure that we're aware of where they're at in their focus tree. And there we go. Austria-Hungary has formed. Excellent. Lovely. I like it. All right. So that will hopefully be a strong ally, or a semi-strong ally for the British, a continental ally, somebody for the Germans to have to fight, since the French might be defeated by that point. So we got the R&D facilities. That's an extra research slot. And we are done beeline down this way. We do need to go this way if we want to get these bonuses here. However, yeah, we can't go down this way yet. Not even close. So you know what? Let's go ahead and expand or overturn the military budget cuts. And that'll give us a little bit of experience as well as some war support. And we already have a negative 10%, so I don't know if that'll put us up to 10% or that just, equals it out and we'll still be sitting at 0. I guess we'll see. We'll find out here soon. Oh yes, research slot. I forgot we got one. So let's go ahead and get this assigned then. Let's put it into, we are in 1937. I want to say that we already started working on the main 1937 tech that we needed to over there in, oh, wait a minute. We have a bonus here. Yeah, we can get this actually quicker. I don't know that we want to waste it on that though. And because we're already there, it would be better to get this and then to get this one. Yeah, like far better. You know what? We'll wait till it's 1938 so we don't use the ahead of time penalty reduction. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll use it for this one so that we can have a great research bonus early on here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So instead, let's just go in and get something here. We'll get the improved machine tools. It'll be 101 days to get that knocked out. And Yunnan did join the Chinese United Front. So remember, China is at war up here. Just fighting up there. As you notice, there has not been any invasions yet. It's only been a month or so since the Japanese declared war. But yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit more of a fight for them, for the Japanese. It sucks that the way they had to do that was to make the AI just not do invasions. But, it's better than nothing, I guess. It's better than China, collapsing, all the time very early on as they were. Still don't have 100% manpower for our units. This is ridiculous. Our manpower is so low. We got like no manpower. By the time war starts, I don't see us having more than these 8 divisions. What we'll probably do is we'll probably back them off of this and have them defend once again. These would be the 3 provinces we would defend. This gives us the river bonus here. If they attack, this way, when they conquer this territory here. We could try and defend right here as well. You know what? Actually, we'll try and defend these 2. Yeah, you know what? We can do that, but it doesn't work once they attack Belgium. Once they attack Belgium, we do have to pull back to Rotterdam. But if we end up at war with them first, before the Belgian troops are, what we can do is pull back here. I guess we can let this play. Oh, we need to spend our political power, actually. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't see any reason to go for any of these right now. None of those are going to be helpful at all. So let's go ahead and start working on our bonuses for our army and our military high command. So this is army defense. You do have to get the appoint new supreme commander. That'd probably be the most beneficial to us. I love that army speed though. That's always nice. Yeah, we're not going to get anything just there yet. Defense once again would probably be the most useful for our current type of playthrough. Yeah, I don't see any of these other ones being more useful. I mean, division recovery rate is pretty damn good too, but this seems like it'd be the best one for us. Let's take a look at what we have available here. Yeah, this gives us attack and defense bonuses. We'll probably go for that. Yeah, I think that's the best one. And then maybe do concealment next. Yeah. All right, so let's go and get this guy. That gives us that attack and defense bonus. Should help out against the Germans. And after that, we'll get the concealment, which, their air power will not be as important in the war, which we have no chance of challenging in the Germans in the air war. Let's get excavation next. It is a bummer that we didn't have those bonuses for those industrial techs. That would have been nice. All right, so we have finished the overturn budget cuts. Again, if we want to get the battle cruiser plan, we have to do it when the Germans like us. I don't know if they'll ever like us, though. I don't think we'll ever get it high enough. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. We'd have to, like, put political power towards making them like us. And that's a lot of focuses we got to get down to get that. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Before we can even get this one. I would love to get it, guys, to get all these. But the Navy just isn't the focus, and I feel like we're hurting ourselves by going that route. I think we should go ahead and start working on stuff here. Yeah, we need the forts. So let's go ahead and get this one first. It'll also allow us to see where the forts are built, so we can make sure we fortify the same provinces, take advantage of that. So this here allows us to prepare the inundation lines that basically let you flood the provinces, the states. And let's just go ahead and grab this. Let's just flood it here, and that does create a very, very large bonus for defense. It's like a 50% bonus for defense, as well as a bunch of other penalties to like movement, so they'll move slower through our land. It's incredibly helpful. Remember, the Germans did do that historically when the Americans, when the Allies, the Americans, the British, invaded over here. Italy announces claims on Yugoslavia. If Italy attacks these guys and they join the Comintern, that could start the faction. It could start the war, excuse me, with the Soviet Unions, fairly early. Call them unions. Multiple unions there. So, yeah, I really want to see where they build the forts. I don't actually know where they build them. And that's another reason why I don't want to start building forts yet, because I don't know where those forts get placed. And I do want to build off of those to try and get as high level forts as possible. So, yeah, this is most definitely the best route to go. Go ahead and go down here. Say Germany's the threat. Get Fortress Holland. And, yeah, we'll probably go ahead and modernize as well. Got the engineer companies. Excellent. Let's see what we want to get next. Could get logistics. I think we should get 1938 techs, though. And that would actually be best to get the engineering one. We got a nice 100% bonus there. We'll get this in 94 days. Excellent. I hope that doesn't take the bonus, the 2-year bonus from us. It might. I don't know if it's like a 2-year bonus or 100% bonus. I don't know. We get the improved machine tools. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we need to get over here. So let's go ahead and get the 1938 infantry techs. Once again, just trying to get any bonuses against the Germans that we can find. And we're only going to play a little bit longer, guys. Maybe 5-10 more minutes. I don't know. Play a little bit longer. We can change up our units, so let's go ahead and do that again. We're going to want to go ahead and get that artillery over here. This actually reduces the amount of men they need as well, so it's helpful. So let's go ahead and remove that. Yeah, this looks good for... Well, actually, we can remove 2 of these, can't we? Yeah, nice. So that'll reduce the amount of men that each one of our divisions need by 1,500. Gets us up to 20 combat width where we want to be. And yeah, this is actually going to be super helpful for our divisions, since we are hurting on manpower. And we get all that much better soft attack with those artillery. So we should perform better in combat overall. And hopefully, this will reduce the amount of men that we need. Yeah, we're 83%. 80-something. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. War support's at 4%, by the way. We were wondering what that was going to be at, or I was anyway. And it's at, it does look like it's being offset. Interesting. Okay. So, knock this out. This does give land fort construction speed bonus, so another reason to wait to get that before you start constructing the forts. This is only 35 days to knock that out. Yeah, these are all only 35 days. Awesome. So we should be able to get these much quicker. And then this is going to give us those land forts. We'll find out where they're placing them, and then we will go ahead and, because yeah, you can see we don't have any forts yet. And then we'll start building some forts. It's a bummer that we didn't get any military factories built yet. It's a real shame, because we do not have a lot. We have 8, though. It's not too bad for a minor power, I suppose. And how how our equipment's looking isn't too bad either. I mean, yeah, we're looking at a decent spot with the equipment. It could be worse. We can go ahead and modify our government. Let's go ahead and do... I think we're going to do the concealment next. And we're still waiting on getting some stuff here, because I really want... I want this guy, Henry Winkleman. We need to do the appoint new supreme commander, though, to get that. which we will eventually do. So yeah, we're just going to wait on that one, especially when we can get this concealment guy here next. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be the best one for us right now. So yeah, we're going to get like maybe even halfway through 1938, guys. So I really feel that next episode, we should see the war start. Got the anti-Comintern pact going in Germany right now. Defensive focus in France. Extra research slot in Britain. Fortification effort over here in Italy. Yugoslavia is doing the fighter license. Institute for Industrial Techniques in Austria-Hungary. Flexible foreign policy in Romania. And we have knocked this out. Excellent. We're going to take a look and see where those forts are getting built. Let's go with that one because we were just able to with the world tension over 15%. So let's take a look at where they built those forts. All right, so the line of forts goes right through these three provinces here. We have one fort there, one there, and one there. So let's go in and get our troops placed now, get them off the borders. There's no real reason for them to be there. I know I'm not going to be able to defend this territory. I have no chance of defending this territory. So there's no reason to, we need to get our entrenchment up. So let's go and get these guys moving. We're just going to delete that. We don't need them there any longer. And then we're going to give them fallback lines to keep them in their place. So we're going to want one fallback line that goes across here. And some would say that this is like a defeatism already. Like, just, oops, didn't want to do that. My bad. You know, the fact that we're already willing to give up territory to the enemy. You know, saying that, you know, we already know we're not going to be able to defend it. But you know what, guys? I feel like, actually, we should probably put most of these guys down here. That's 2 divisions per every province. Though this guy didn't go. There we go. All right, so they're going to get over there. We'll go ahead and have them train as well. Go ahead and have them exercise. Get their experience back up. We'll just let them knock it out real quick. There we go. Stop the training now. All right, so yeah, I'm not going to get a planning bonus or anything like that. We can just go and delete this. You don't even need that line. And yeah, we'll defend these provinces here. Hopefully the forts will be enough. We are going to need to start building some forts with our civilian factories. We need to build those up. We get a few more from these national focuses as well. This gives 2 coastal forts. You got 3 land forts total that I'm seeing in Holland and 2 in Brabant. Did get the computing machine. Excellent. Would we be able to get this technology 1 point? Yeah, we should be able to get this, even with the bonus there. We shouldn't have any penalties, I don't think. Just taking a look. Yeah, 92 days. So we can get that. Yeah, that is awesome. Let's do that, guys. We got that nice 8% research bonus, so we'll be able to research a lot quicker. That worked out nicely. Let's go and continue down these. Get the prepare defense next. This is defense and organization. Although that's 300 something days. Good God. Yeah, that's going to take a while. But we have to go down it, don't we? Just taking a look if there's any other options that would help out our divisions. We're going to get that next. Yeah, there's nothing else that's really going to help the troops out when it comes to defense. So I think that that's the best thing to do is just continue down the land doctrines. And, you know, it's a bummer we don't have the experience to really do anything, you know, with that, where we can use our experience to instead, you know, increase our research bonus there. We did get Fortress Holland. Excellent. We can't go down here yet. World tension is not quite high enough. It needs to be at 20%. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Could get this one, though. This one would unlock some decisions. I don't know exactly what those do. And these decisions allow for the reduction and removal. I like how they say that now. I don't know if you guys noticed that yet. That's something new. That whenever you get decisions that are unlocked from focuses, like this one here, it tells you what the decisions do. Because before you're like, well, I don't know if that's worth it or not, because I don't know what it does. Yeah, this would allow us to reduce and remove the shell-shocked spectator. Let me just see how bad these are. Oh, that's the reason why we don't have any manpower. So we probably should get that. All right, guys. So that's what we're going to go down. I think that's the best bet. It is 70 days, though, to knock that out. Remember, we need to get the appoint new commander, supreme commander as well. Oh, this has research bonuses for, all right. This one is really good, guys. I think we should get this one and then get that one. Yeah, let's get this one first. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Though, the manpower, man. The manpower. All right. Manpower first. That makes most sense. Let me just take a look and see on the decisions. They have not put any points here yet. All right. We really need to go down that branch, guys. So let's try and do the placate the Germans first. Just use the political power for that. That's fine. Give them a little bit of influence, and then maybe we'll do the British after that. Oh, you can only do the British if they're democratic. I didn't know that. Okay, maybe we don't want to do that then. All right, I didn't think about that. So is that going to like completely lock us out from being able to do anything over here? Let's take a look. yeah, we might be completely locked out from like doing anything. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we have to wait until they start putting points into stuff. Yeah, overall, I'm not really entirely sure how that's going to work out, guys. We did get the improved infantry equipment. Excellent. We're going to go with the support weapons too next to get that nice defense bonus. And I believe that's going to be it, guys. I wanted to get halfway through the year. I think that's good. Yeah, we're good enough. This is a great place to end it, I'd say. We got about, we did good. We got 2 years and 5 months, basically. Or excuse me, 4 months. And not in 1939 yet. So won't get anything there. I really don't want to go for these, but we need any bonus that we can get, and those can be really helpful. And I'm really tempted to get these, but instead of getting these ones first, let's do the radio, because that gives us that reinforce rate. I don't know if that'll actually be useful for us at all, since we're not really reinforcing, but we'll get it anyways. And I just want to get to May here, and there we go. Oh, German Reich dominates Dutch trade negotiations. Okay, so we knew about that because we just took that decision, and that puts them at 5. So I guess each one we do does 5. All right. Well, yeah, I really feel like we're going to be extremely limited on our tech tree if this doesn't. I didn't really think about the fact that they're going to be that them being non-aligned rather than democratic would cause any issues. I guess we'll just have to see. They could still put points into it, I believe. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens there, guys. Because yeah, we won't be able to go down our branches until somebody gets some damn trade influence, and we don't want to do the cave to the Germans. I have no interest in going that route. All right, well, it is what it is. Let's see how that works. I didn't really think that them being not aligned would cause issues, but apparently it did. All right, so remember they did lose all of their, all of their subjects, with the exception of Malaya. So they do have to gain all those back in a war. And they're in their own faction as well, the Commonwealth of Nations, or at least South Africa, Canada, Australia and New Zealand are. India is not. So, yeah, they're going to be involved with that, while the French are more than likely going to be defending against the Germans. So they're trying to align with the Hungarians. Yeah, we don't want that at all. We want them to remain non-aligned. Hopefully they do, because, yeah, that would be a big power right here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. The Czechs have been annexed, too. I wasn't expecting that. All right, yeah, I forgot that they have those focuses. So France will be alone. They're going to be all alone. Poor little France. But that's the way I wanted it, guys. I did want France to not be with the British faction so that they could be annexed, make the Germans even more powerful. I think it'll be fun that way. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, guys. And I don't know if the Germans will try and bypass, even attack us. We'll have to see. They do have those focuses to attack, in the Low Countries. I'd assume they would. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens, guys. The war might start a little bit later than it did historically. Maybe not till 1940, perhaps. But with us flying through this, I don't see how episode 2 could not bring conflict. I would expect that it would. I guess we'll find out, guys. Oh yeah, so far things are good. Just looking at the fortifications here, yeah, we still haven't gotten. I thought we had gotten the one that built the fortifications. Did they build them somewhere else? Where are those? Yeah, I thought they would put them here, but no, they didn't. Okay, they put it right there. So we have level 3 land fort there, only level 1 there, and yeah, nothing here. Where the hell did they build those extra fortifications? I know I saw it. Yeah, I saw that they were building more, but yeah, I don't see them anywhere. Okay, there's the land fort. Got it. It's right there in Rotterdam. Excellent. That's actually where we wanted fortifications, so that works out. There's also a fortification over here as well, in Amsterdam. Okay, so that's where our forts are. Once again, when Belgium's out of the war, this is our defensive line. Once they join the war, we pull these guys back to defend Rotterdam, and hopefully we're able to defend there with what we have. 8 divisions is not a lot, and I don't really want to build more troops because we don't have any manpower, so there's no point until we can make some adjustments there. With no war support, we cannot change our, our conscription law. So we're just kind of limited on what we can do overall, but that's why we're trying to combat the pacifism, and that should be helpful to us overall, get us a little bit of manpower so we can make something happen here with our troops, because 8 divisions is not going to be enough, my friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope it wasn't boring. I know some people were concerned about that. I feel like this is no different than what you'd see as a major power in the first couple of years of the war. It's pretty much just fast forwarding, selecting text and stuff like that. So I don't feel like it's any different than playing as a major. And I'm really excited to see what happens here, honestly. I want to see if we're going to be able to defend against them. It's going to be a rough fight, guys. I thought we'd have some manpower to get some divisions built for the war, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get any done or not. We'll have to see, because 8 divisions is not going to cut it. So the goal is to try and, one, defend here as long as possible, cause as many casualties to the Germans, get our war participation up. Once we lose here, then we would become an exiled government in Britain, which is kind of an interesting new mechanic, which I'd never tried out before, and apparently not a lot of other YouTubers I have either. You get these offset factories. It's actually part of our focus tree. There's several like off-site factories that you get, so that like you're like basically getting factories from, you know, off the map somewhere. They're not anywhere that can be conquered. And that lets us build equipment and stuff, and that should be interesting. You get quite a bit as the Dutch. I think Poland might as well. And so you get these factories that you can use to build equipment, so you can stay in the war. And then we'd take that. And we would, if we lost, we would then take the focuses on this side of the branch that would allow us to move our continent to our capital to Asia, and then we'd be operating out of here. Of course, we would always have a goal of trying to get the homeland back. We would try and do naval invasions, you know, once, you know, things kind of settled down in Europe. Maybe the Germans were, you know, deep into the Soviet territory, fighting the Soviets, distracted. Maybe try and launch an invasion and get our territory back, perhaps. I don't know. Possibility, guys. Remember, we can also flood the lands here. I don't know if you can see that in the decisions yet. Just take a look if it's an option. Yeah, right here. So we have to be at war, of course. And yeah, you can see the bonus as well. So it adds the flooded modifier, division speed, negative 50%, plus 50% defense. That's the biggest one. Of course, you get the entrenchment speed, plus 20%. But that division defense, that's really going to make it extremely challenging for if we can do it. It does take time. It takes 15 days to flood it. So you have to be able to defend for at least 15 days. If you lose these states, either one of these states, before that 15 days is up, if the Germans are able to push through, then it's over, guys. So in fact, we might need to defend this. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I think we have to bring our troops here to defend this territory. You know, at least like briefly, just to kind of shut the German advance down long enough for us to flood it. I didn't think about that, guys. So, damn, I'm coughing a lot, guys. I had a bunch of cuts here at the end because I'm starting to cough so much. But yeah, we'll try and flood the territory, get that nice bonus, that 50% defense bonus, and see if we can't hold it. If not, yeah, we'd be focused on an Asian playthrough. That's where we'd start using the Navy a bit more. Really start, you know, building up our Navy. A lot of those national focuses in that side of the branch do allow you to build up a decent-sized Navy. So we'd be focused on that, maybe trying to fight the Japanese, help the, I don't know if Australia will be at war with them or not. I suppose we'll see. Kind of help out in the Pacific War. So that should be fun as well. I think we're going to have a good time, or at least I will. If anybody's having fun, it's going to be me. So I hope you guys enjoy the campaign as well. I like playing these minor powers, you know, from time to time, even if they don't do very well in views. I do like doing it. I have fun playing them. And I know some of you guys really like the minor powers as well because of the extra challenge of trying to play as a little tiny country defeating a big old monster like Germany. And if you guys recall that Swedish one, which was a long time ago, we defeated Germany as Sweden. Spoiler alert, it's a really old series though. We defeated Germany as Sweden all by ourselves, basically. I mean, there was a little bit of assistance, but not a lot. And we got it done. It was tough. It was very challenging, but we eventually defeated them, cutting, you know, just through very tactical or strategic movements and cutting off troops. And we had such a small army, but we made it happen, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of people liked that campaign. It wasn't very long either. This will probably be a shorter series too, just because a lot more fast forwarding. So if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you put a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do read and reply to all comments. Love talking to you guys. Go check out some of our other series on the channel. If you're looking for Hearts of Iron 4, got like 20 something different campaigns on the channel. Newer ones, the American ones, the only full campaign with Man the Guns, and that's Communist America. Pretty fun overall. About good God, is it like 30 something videos? I think it's like 30 something, but they're pretty long videos. A pretty fun campaign. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Also did a short mini series as Japan, focused on the war in the Pacific. That was fun as well. It's about 5 videos, just a little mini series, kind of looking at some of the naval mechanics in Man the Guns. So that's a pretty cool campaign that I really like doing. So go check that out. If you like non-strategy games, go check out our front page. We've got all kinds of different games on the channel. Should be able to find something that you like. If you're looking for any links, look down in the description of any of our videos. You'll find links to our social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of good stuff. Links to our Patreon or our PayPal if you're looking to support the channel. And finally, our Discord channel is also linked down in the description. Got a pretty good community, so would love to see you there. And yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hope to see you on the next episode. And thanks for watching, guys.